Hey everybody, welcome back to Firefield Junction, welcome back to another review for you. It's certainly been a little while since we've been down here on the floor with the loco, but we're finally back and we've got a very special one today. This is one that I've been looking forward to for absolutely ages, but it's finally here. As we can see, the brand new Class 60 by Accurascale. This has been a long time coming, definitely one of those models that I've really been looking forward to, and finally, not too long ago, they finally arrived, and they're finally here, and we've got one of them in front of us today for us to look at finally. Now, if you do want to get one of these, at the time of filming, they are still in stock, most of them anyway. I think when I checked before filming, it was just the GBRF one that was sold out, but it could have been they hadn't put any the spares for that on the website yet. But certainly, at the time of filming, pretty much almost all of the other versions were still in stock, sort of like all the leftover stock and everything was still available. So if you do want to get one of these, if you haven't already, then I would recommend getting on Accurascale's website or any local retailer that sells them if you can, and definitely pick up one of these if you're interested. Because, well, we know what Accurascale's like. It's going to be a good model, fingers crossed, hopefully anyway. They have done some exclusive ones as well, obviously, with this being one of them, as we can see there. This particular one that we've got for us is the DC railfreight version. This particular one is 60055, and it's named Thomas Bernardo as well. So yeah, this particular one is an exclusive, so you can only get this from Accurascale directly. I believe the other exclusive that they've done, I believe it's the DB red one. 6100, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's that one as well. That's also an exclusive to Accurascale. But yeah, apart from those two, obviously loads of other liveries they've done. Again, obviously GBRF, another modern one. They've done various triple greys as well. A nice, decent range of Class 60s out that they've done, and I'm sure we'll see more in batch 2 when they announce those, which I'm pretty sure probably won't be too long. But yeah, still very nice range of liveries. So hopefully, if you do want one, there is one out there for you. And price wise for these, same price as pretty much all of Accurascale's other locos that they've done. So if you want the DCC ready versions, then it's £169.99. And if you want the sound fitted versions, which is again what we've got here, we've got a sound one here in front of us, then those are £259.99, I believe. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the price. So yeah, same sort of price. And the Accurascale tend to charge for locos like this. Now, obviously, again, as I've already said, the one we've got in front of us today is the DC Rail Freight version. If we look at the end of the box, again, let's actually make sure we look at the right end of the box. And we can see there, so we've got the exact one we've got here. So it's Class 60 locomotive, 60055. Thomas Bernardo, it's ACC 2910-DCC-EXL. I'm guessing that's well, that's the model code. So obviously DC is the sound. Obviously this one is sound fitted, and the EXL I'm guessing is for the exclusive thing that this is. DC rail freight. It's era 11, so obviously bang up modern day. DCC sound fitted, and also we'll get to here all of these sounds and everything later on. But first impressions so far, very good. So the presentation box on this is very nice. Accurascale do tend to do some very nice sort of presentation boxes with these exclusive models. Yeah, very nice. Definitely catches the eye. But another thing as well that catches, well, say the eye, I suppose more the hands in a sense, is the weight. This thing is very heavy. So hopefully inside here is without a doubt, I reckon, probably going to be one of the heaviest locos that I've ever looked at. I guarantee it's probably going to be heavier than the Cavalex version, and that thing was pretty heavy in its own right. But I'm sure this will be heavier, so we don't want to waste too much time with this. We want to get inside and have a look at it. So we'll slide off that outer sleeve, and then we should be able to, I'm guessing, lift this lid. If we can, it's a little bit tight. It is coming though. Ooh, there we go, got there in the end. So let's have a look at this first. Oh, well, look at this. This is nice. And exclusive certificate there for this particular model. That's beautiful. So exclusive edition, Accurascale exclusive. We've got signatures there. Guessing of all of the members of Accurascale. BR brush type for 5 Class 60, 6055 Thomas Bernardo DC Rail Freight. We've got a little sticker there as well, which is nice. Yeah, that's beautiful. There's no sort of number on it, so I'm guessing these aren't sort of limitation of a certain number, which I suppose is fair enough. But yeah, that's very nice touch there we've got. We'll have a very quick look through all the paperwork to see what's what, see if there's anything interesting in there. Again, if we can get out of the bag. It's not always the easiest thing to get the paperwork out of these bags, because it's, well, pretty much exactly the same size as the paperwork itself, so it all gets stuck. It is coming though, there we are. So I'll have a very quick flick through this. So obviously again, we've got the certificate there, that's very nice. So first things first, so we've got the brush type class 60, obviously operating and carrying fuel model. So very quickly look through this. Obviously got a nice photo there of the real thing on the front. Yeah, so I'm guessing this would be the sort of general stuff. So yeah, unpacking, so obviously please take care, that's fair enough. Safe operation, intended use, checking the electrical connectivity, wheel cleaning, yeah, all the general stuff that I suppose we're used to. A very big explained diagram there of all of the parts. A very complex loco, as we're used to seeing from Accurascale. It's very sort of hard to get these things shot, but we'll try and look at it as best we can. So down here, so we've got DCC decoder access, so it looks like it's the same sort of simple thing as they normally do. So magnetic roof panel on the top, so you can take off that panel and you can fit a decoder should you want to, if you haven't got one that's factory fitted with a decoder. And you've also got the usual switches and everything there as well to give you some customizability on analog of the various lighting functions, which there's quite a few, as we tend to expect from Accurascale. So various desk lights, rear and front lights, cab lights, engine room lights, all the usual stuff. This here I believe is about the buffer beams. So if you want to, so yeah, I think from the factory, the loco comes fitted with both buffer beams with the couplings at both ends. If you want to change that buffer beam for a more detailed, more realistic one, then you can just unscrew it with those 4 screws. The entire sort of buffer beam assembly comes out in one piece. And you can take your replacement one and just screw that back in, and you're all done, which is nice and easy to do. Don't have to worry about sort of going in, gluing on various parts and everything. I suppose it's not quite as easy as the Cavalex model with the magnets, but this still, I suppose, does the job. It's still could be nice and secure and still quite simple to do. That's fair enough. I think the rest of the stuff on the top there is just sort of general stuff. Yeah, it's not really very interesting. Flip it around this way. So this is about, yeah, so we've got more stuff here. So lubrication, that's fair enough, the usual stuff. General care, acknowledgements, warranty. Removing the body, so it's just clipped on, so should be nice and easy access inside should you need to, which obviously you shouldn't really need to, but I suppose mainly, for example, let's say, as they've said here, if you want to fit drivers or whatever, obviously that will probably be the main reason you want to remove the body. Obviously you don't really do it for sound, for DCC fitting or anything like that, because you've got the removable roof hatch. I suppose unless you want to fit, obviously if you're fitting this with sound, you want to put the speaker in as well, which is fair enough. More bits there, so unpacking, we've already looked at that, haven't we? Yeah, it's all the usual stuff really. Again, we're used to seeing it, we don't want to spend too much time on it. And yeah, this is something else we expect as well from Accurascale. A nice sort of big manual here, realistic manual about, this is all about the locos in real life. So I'm guessing when moving this up, yeah, loads and loads of information about the locos in real life. Absolutely tons and tons in there. So if you want to read through this, obviously you can if you want to. I'm not going to, because that would be very boring. But yeah, that lists absolutely everything you should need to know about the locos in real life, their history, operation, absolutely everything you need to know. Then we got a bit there, sort of the range of locos that Accurascale have done in this first batch, which again, nice decent variation there. And again, I'm sure we'll see more liveries in later batches. So yeah, that's fair enough, that's good. And then last but not least, this will probably be one of the most important pieces for us today. Obviously a nice big list there of all the different sound and light functions, which again we'll try out later. And yeah, as usual, quite a few of them, and we'll try and get through as many of those as we can in the video if we can. Yeah, very good. So all the boring stuff to one side. This is what we want to look at. So let's lift out this foam, and there she is, and oh my god, she looks incredible. Oh yeah, she does look nice. I'm trying to grab those, but I can't because they're tucked away. Fair enough. So let's lift this up. And I believe, from what I've heard and what I've seen, this section of the packaging and the block of ice section can be quite tight. So we'll try and be very careful if we can. Trying to get this out. And it's, yeah, this is not going to be easy. This is incredibly tight. Yeah, that is not budging. That is absolutely wedged in there. We don't want to press too hard, so we don't want to risk damaging the thing. Oh, blimey, yeah, this is this is not coming out. I think it is partially to do with these sort of foam blocks and everything in the bottom. They're almost slightly too big, so they're putting so much pressure on the sort of sleeve on the outside. It will not come off. Yeah, this is really not ideal. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's come unclipped. Okay, let's try and get that off. There we go. Yeah, that's not great. Packaging should not be that tight. That's really not good. Too hard and you'll probably end up damaging the thing. So yeah, maybe a bit more packaging design could have been done there at Accurascale, if I'm honest. That's not really great. Really struggling trying to get a loco out of its packaging like that. I'm guessing these warning things will just be the usual bits about sort of the switches on the inside, making sure you use set them right for what decoder you use, and other bits like that. So yeah, we won't bother looking at them, so I'm sure we've seen them before. Right, I'm guessing we know what this will be. This will probably be the usual sort of details, if there are any. I think these are probably the nameplates, but I think they're hidden away in the cardboard. Yeah, we can just sort of see them poking out there. See if we can at least get one of them out to have a look at it. If we can. It's not really playing ball though. Come on, we want to look at you. I don't really want to go opening the packet now to get them out, because that would probably go a bit wrong. I don't think they're going to come out though. But we can just about see them in there. If need be, I can reposition those later to try and get them out, because they really don't want to come out of that cardboard. I'm guessing they're probably nicely secured in there, so they don't definitely don't get damaged. Yeah, you can just about sort of see them poking out there. The nameplates, obviously can't get the best look at them, because, but yeah, they are there, so that's good. And then I'm guessing this will be all the other details. So again, we'll put it through this, and yeah, there we go. So we can see the buff beams there. So you've got the replacement buff beam there, which is again has already got all the details fitted to it. And you can see these screw holes there, so you can just take out the ones that are fitted from the factory, take those 4 screws, and also put this one in the place of the old one, screw it back in, and you're all done. And I believe we've also got some spare ones in here as well. Yes, so we've got 2 full detailed ones, because also we've got the 2 with the couplings fitted. But we've also got a set of separate details there. So if you want to detail some of the buff beams that have already got the couplings fitted, then you can do that as well, which is good. So very nice customizability there. Very well done. Right, so anyway, after all that, after wasting way too much time as usual, we can finally get the loco out. So how heavy is she going to be? I want to try and be careful, because I don't want to squeeze the body side too hard with that panel. So we'll try and choose a suitable area. And oh my god. Okay, yeah. Instantly recognisable. That thing is incredibly heavy. Let's get all this packaging out of shot, because we're not interested in that anymore. Let's pick this up again, be very careful. Oh my god. Jesus. that is a heavy loco. Well then, yeah, it's heavy. If you can't tell already, it is heavy. Almost too heavy, maybe, if anything. Gosh, yeah, this thing is not going to struggle with those heavy freight trains. I'm on your layout, so no sir, this thing weighs an absolute ton. It really does. I don't know if it's well, saying that, it probably is the heaviest loco I have, I reckon, at this point. I might check that later on. I might weigh some of my other locos later on, or a later date or something, and see how this compares. But yeah, from memory at the moment, I don't think I've got anything that's as heavy as this. This thing is seriously weighty, it really is. But anyway, we don't want to focus on the weight too much, because there's a lot of other more interesting bits on this loco that we're interested in. So we might as well start off at this end, and we'll work our way down. So the buffers are the usual sprung type. A little bit sticky, that one actually, but they are sprung. Yeah, that one's a bit better. They're a little bit sticky on this one. It could just be they need a bit of movement on them, or whatever. But yeah, they are sprung. That's good. And we've got the nice tension lock couplings there with some very nice smooth kinematics to them. We've also got obviously the coupling, as we can see there, it's see-through, which is obviously quite new. This was something that I think they announced it on their austerity locomotives when they announced those. We first saw these. I don't remember if they said they were going to be on the 60s or not. They might have done, but I can't remember from memory if they said it was going to be a thing or not. It's quite a unique idea, I suppose. I wouldn't say it's the best way about trying to go and sort of, I suppose, to hide the couplings, make them look a bit more realistic. But it's certainly a bit different, a bit unique, quite a novel idea to be fair. So fair enough, I suppose. It's again quite different. The bogie detail is absolutely incredible. You can see all of the piping there. It's all been painted and picked out. Got the springs there. More detail down the side. You've got the rolling number by the, underneath the cab. Got the handrails as well. We've got the doors all picked out. All of the livery's been applied very well as well. Got a logo there. The DC railfreight branding all down the sides. All very beautifully applied. The detail there underneath the fuel tanks, the battery boxes, that's all been beautifully done as well. All very nice and crisp. You've got warning signs there. You've got the cam rail stripe on the top as well, which looks very good. All very nice and straight, nicely applied. The engine room detail, look at that. That is beautiful. And the grill over the top as well, again very nicely moulded. You've got the temporary printed nameplate there. And obviously you've got those metal ones, the extra ones you can fit over the top if you want. And I'll do that at some point as well. Got the other bogie there as well. Again, the detail's just as good. Loads of piping painted and picked out. Got the cab steps there as well. More handrails. And the cabs as well. Look at that cab detailing. Just as good as on the Cavalex model. I mean, the Cavalex model was good. It really was amazing. And to be honest, I think I'm struggling a bit to, I suppose, pick out details on this that the Cavalex one didn't have. They're pretty much almost bang on identical, I would say, for the most part, in terms of the detail and the livery application and the features, pretty much. I wouldn't say there's masses of difference between the two. Definitely both a very good pair of locomotives for sure. And the other cabs as well, again, Mortimer buffers, again, a little bit stiff, but they still feel quite good, so still a nice good quality. Got the very fine etched wipers there on the window as well. Very fine parts those are. I want to be very careful with them. The horns on the top as well, and these pretty sure feel a bit more sturdy than they probably did on the Hornby versions. As we know on the Hornby versions, the horns on those are a little bit famous for getting broken and damaged quite easily. But those feel a lot better. They feel a lot more sturdy. So I'm not going to go tapping them too much, just in case. But yeah, they do feel a bit more sturdy than the Hornby versions. You've got another kinematic coupling there as well. Again, nice motion to that, which feels very good. So I'm sure we'll get some nice, nice reliable operation from that whenever we use it. The roof detail, look at that. Again, what else would you expect from Accurascale? Loads of etched detail on the grills, all very nicely moulded, and they feel very good as well. And we've got the panel here. This is where the decoder socket is located underneath. I won't take it off, but it is underneath. They can sort of tell. Very sort of a slight outline. I suppose we can see where it flits on, but it doesn't stand out too much actually, especially on my example. Hopefully you'll agree. It's been hidden quite well, which is quite nice. Got more warning signs there on the side by the roof. Got all the exhaust detail there as well. Loads of detail on the exhaust silencer as well. That's very nice. So lots of like sort of riveted detail there that you can feel, which is quite good. Quickly flip around, look at the other side. I'm sure she'll be just as good, near enough exactly the same. And yeah, there we go. Yeah, just as good. Again, you can see the other side of the engine room there. Again, loads and loads of detail there, all picked out and painted. More grills. Again, livery application is very good. More engine room detail down there as well, so a bit different to the other sides. All painted, all picked out, beautifully moulded. Yeah, she's just amazing. It really is fantastic. I knew Accurascale would do this well. I mean, they pretty much always do. Obviously, they're not always 100% perfect, as is, well, any manufacturer really. No one's 100% perfect. And so I suppose that's the same case again with each individual model as well. But this is amazing. It really is. I can't get over how amazing it is. It just looks so good. They really have nailed this. They've nailed the 60. They really have. It's just great. It's not. I'm not saying obviously that it's, well, this is the best and you have to buy this and like, don't go cab legs, don't go Hornby, certainly not saying that, but certainly this in its own right, it really is fantastic. It really can hold its own, definitely. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to hold it myself, because my arm's starting to hurt with how heavy the thing is. But yeah, she's just amazing, absolutely amazing. I don't think I can say anything else. It's just a beautiful, beautiful model. Really, really blown away by this. It's just incredible. I think all we need to do is put her on the track, head up to the layout, and see how she runs. Okay, so here we are. So let's just grab her and we'll get her on, and we'll hope that her weight doesn't absolutely destroy the track. I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, I still can't go over the weight of this thing. I really can't. It's just mad how heavy this thing is. It really is. But anyway, I believe she is on. Let's just make sure. Yeah, we are all good to go. That's good. So let's quickly give her a quick wiggle and see if anything happens. Should be the default number 3. Oh yes. Oh, that's very nice. That's her first ever run. And look how smooth that is. How quiet it is as well, actually. There's barely any noise coming from her. And ever so slight buzzing coming from the motor. Obviously that's with how these decoders are supposed to behave with motors at times. But yeah, that's really good. That's really, really nice. So before we get her running off, we won't fire out the sound yet. Again, we'll do that later once she's all run in. But we can, I think we'll test some of the lighting functions first. We'll go through those and see what the lighting package is like before we get her running properly. I'll just move it back a bit myself, so just so we can hopefully get a good view of the lights. So we'll do function 0, lights on off, and see what happens. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got lights. Hopefully you can see those there. And yeah, they look pretty good as well. And the other direction. And yeah, we've got some very nice tail lights there. Hopefully there you go, you can see those. And let's make sure those are working on the other ends, which they are. That's good. What else have we got? Where is the next lighting function? Let's have a look. On the other side of the instructions, fair enough. There we go. Yeah, so most of the lighting functions are right at the ends. So function 21 is the cab lights. So let's see what those are like. Yeah, there we go. You can see those there. They look pretty good, and they only come on in the cab that's in the direction of travel as well. So if I change direction, yeah, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it there. Move it forward a tiny bit. Hopefully you can see there. Again, you probably, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but the cab lights are on in the other cab. That's quite nice. So we'll turn those off. Then function 22 is the night headlights. So let's enable that. Oh yeah, there we go. Hope you can see there. The lights have switched over. If I just keep my other hand there to get a bit of a shadow, if I enable it and disengage it a few times, hopefully you can see there the lights switching over between daytime and nighttime mode. That's very nice. And what we got next then? So function 23 is the top and tail modes. Let's try that. I might have to disable the function 0 though for this to work. Or maybe not. So there we go. So the lights have come off at that end, and we've still got the tail lights on the other end. So that's good. So yeah, there we go. So enabling that with function 0 on turns off the headlights, so you only get the tail lights. That's quite good. Turn that off. Function 24 is tail lights off. So this will be if you've got a rake of wagons behind the loco. Then obviously you can have the tail lights off. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Tail lights have gone off. And is it still the same at the other end? Yeah, that's good. That's all working. 25 is the yard lights. Let's try those. Oh yeah, there we go. Hope you can see there. So that's the marker lights, I believe that is. That's quite good. And again, check the other end. Yeah, that's working fine. So we can turn that off. That's good. Function 26 is the desk lights. Now this will probably be quite hard to show, but I'll enable them anyway and I'll see what they look like. Oh yeah, they have come on. If I just move the camera, hopefully you'll be able to see in there. If I just take the camera out of the tripod, and there you go. Hope you can see in there the desk lights. If I just turn them on and off a few times, there you go. See there, working quite well. And we'll try the other cab. There we go. You can see them there. Okay, I'll turn them off a few times. And there you go, you can see them there working. They look very good. So that's nice. So I'll put the tripod back on, and I'll put the camera back in place. There we are, I'll place it back this way again. Function 27 is the radiator room lights, so this will also be the engine room, so let's try that. There we go, hope you can see there, the engine room lights come on, and that's quite a nice temperature actually as well. Actually, that looks very good. Good stuff. Next up, function 28 is the hazard lights. So this should be the headlights flashing essentially. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you can see there. Hazard lights. That's good. That works very well. And then last but not least, function 29, we've got the shunting lights. So let's give that a go. Is that going to do anything? No, because I can't actually access function 29 on this controller. That's fair enough. Okay, so we can't do function 29, the shunting lights. That's fair enough, I suppose. I could always, do it at another time when I've got more functions. Let's say on the Bluetooth or something. But obviously I can't really show that on camera because obviously I can't use my phone to do the Bluetooth app and record at the same time. But yeah, that's it. It's only one function that we can't do, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, anyway, apart from that, that's good. Very nice lighting package. It all works very well. Really can't complain about that, so that's good. So what we'll do now, we'll get her running around the layout, get her all running, get her warmed up, and once she's all done, we can then turn the sound on, see what that's like, and then we can run her in a bit more. So 50% speed, let's get her running in. And there she goes, running very, very well. Very, very smooth, nice and consistent, and absolutely silent as well. There's barely any noise coming from her either. And this is only her first lap as well. She hasn't even done a full lap yet. Obviously she now has. That's one lap completed. But yeah, that's amazing. Barely been running 20 seconds or so, and it's already this smooth out of the box. This is just amazing. If I'm being, I suppose, slightly objective, I would have to say already, even though I've barely had the thing out for what, 20 minutes maybe? This is already my favourite Accurascale diesel, I think, I'll be honest. It's just everything about it, it's just the detail, the weight, the features, the smoothness of the performance. There's just something about this loco that just really does it for me so much more than the other Accurascale models. There's nothing wrong with them, of course. Obviously, all of the other Accurascale diesels that I've got, they're absolutely fine. They're really, really good models. But there's just something about this loco that sets it from the others for me. I can't quite put my finger on it, I'll be honest, but yeah, there's something about it. Well, she's handling them out, no problem at all. So we'll go away now, we'll leave her to run in, then we can come back, test the sounds, and really see what she can do. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so there we are. It took a while to stop there, but I suppose that's fair enough with these decoders. But yeah, there we go, all nicely running, and yeah, absolutely nothing to report. Absolutely fantastic performance. No issues with the latch whatsoever, no derailments, no horrible noises. Absolutely spot on at 10 out of 10 performance. Super smooth, super quiet. Maybe the odd squeak here and there, but she is still brand new, so she probably just need a bit more running in. But yeah, overall, yeah, cannot fault the performance of this loco. Absolutely perfect. Really, really good. Really, no problems there at all. I really can't fault it. Just can't fault it at all. It's absolutely sublime. Really, really well done, Accurascale, on the mechanism on this. Absolutely perfect. But anyway, with that done, we need to get on to doing some of the sounds. So we'll try and go through as many of the sound functions as we can without the engine running. As is usual, I'm sure there will be some on here that will need to have the engine running. But again, we'll try and do as many as we can without the engine running to see what they're like, so we can hear them a bit better. So obviously function 1 is your usual engine on and off, so we can skip that for now. Function 2 is the braking function, which you tend to get quite a bit these days. Obviously that is more useful when you're actually running the loco. As a sound, obviously not too much, but it's good that we've got it either way. So function 3 is the low tone air horn, so let's try that. Yeah, that's very good. Nice, decent quality sound there. Function 4 is the high tone air horn, so let's try that. Oh yeah, that's not too bad, that sounds quite good, very, very good. Function 5 is heavy train mode, and again, obviously that's more for when you're running the loco. It simulates when you've got a nice big heavy train behind it. So obviously as a sound, it's not going to do much, so we can leave that. Function 6 is similar with light loco mode, so again, that's more performance-wise, so we don't need that. Function 7 is drive hold, again, not good as a sound function, but again, got it nonetheless. Function 8 is buffering up and coupling, so let's see if that does anything. Yeah, fair enough. It does the job, I suppose. Function 9 is the two-tone horn, so let's try that. Yeah, that sounds good. Function 10 is the cab door, so let's give that a go. Yeah, fair enough. That's quite good. So when you activate the function, I believe it's the sound of the actual door handle or the door opening, and then when you disable it, it's the door closing, so that's quite good. Function 11 is the flange squeal, but again, that'll be more for when the loco is running. Obviously, you've got the sensors on the bogies that sense when the loco is turning or going around a curve or over some points, and obviously then it plays. So obviously, again, it's not going to do much at the moment. But actually, no, we'll activate it. We'll give it a go. We'll turn it on. We'll get the loco to go around the corner, and we'll see if we get the sound. Let's see if it works. So it might have to have the engine running, but we'll see. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, that's fair enough. And depending on the speed, depends how it sounds as well. So there we go. Really, really slow moving. You've got a different type of sound there for the flange squeal. I wouldn't say it sounds almost like the speaker's broken a bit. I'm not gonna lie, but to an extent, it's pretty good, but if we go a bit faster, and there you go a bit faster, and it changes the type, so that's quite good. Let's bring it to a stop again, and we can turn that off now. Function 12 is the short high tone horn, so let's try that. Yeah, it does the job. And function 13, the short low air horn, and again, I'm guessing this will be quite similar. Yeah, fair enough. Function 14 is the sander. Yeah, it does the job. Function 15 is cab windows. Let's see what that's like. Yeah, fair enough. So it's the sound, obviously, the window sort of sliding back and forth. That's fair enough. Function 16 is rail joints. I don't know if this will work with the loco stood still though, but let's give it a go. No, that's fair enough. Let's give her a bit of power and see if anything happens. We had something there. I wouldn't say it's a great function, to be honest. It certainly doesn't sound good, obviously, without the engine running. Maybe with the engine running it sounds a bit better. But it's there nonetheless, which is fair enough. So yeah, I would say on its own it doesn't sound great, I'll be honest, but it's obviously you're unlikely to be sounding it without the engine running. So yeah, that's fair enough. So we turn that off. Function 17 is the compressor, so let's give that a go. Nope, I think we have to have the engine running for that one, that's fair enough. Function 18 is the Spirex valve, let's give that a go. Yeah, fair enough, that sounds pretty good. And I believe that's it. So function 19 is fade out sound, but obviously again that's more just, well, as it says, fading out the sound if you've got it running rather than actually turning the engine off. And I believe the other side of the instruction sheet was just the lighting functions. Yes it was, so yeah, that's it. There's nothing allocated to function 20. So that's it. So yeah, overall I would say a very nice range of sounds. Overall can't really fault them, they sound pretty good. Nice bit of functionality there. Can't really fault it. So I think what we can do now then is get the engine started and see what that's like. And yeah, tell you what, that's not too bad. Maybe a tiny bit of echoing or a bit of noise, a sort of vibration noise from the speaker. Obviously, well, I suppose, well, the EM1 speaker itself, I suppose, anyway, the big bassy one. Tiny bit of sort of echoing from that. But yeah, apart from that, that's not too bad. That sounds very good. Now we've got the engine running, we'll give the compressor sound another go and see if it works. No, nothing's happening. Maybe it's one of those that you activate and it just does it when it needs to, I suppose. Fair enough. Actually, no, I've not actually selected the right function. Let's try again. Let's try function 7 instead. Right, take 3 then on the compressor. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you can sort of hear it there. It has engaged. There is a slight difference in the sound there. So that's fair enough. Well then, I think that's all we've got left to do is give us some power and let's see what she's like. Well, I'll tell you what, this is one absolutely fantastic locomotive. Really incredible. I'm not sure if the sort of EM1 style speakers really suit this particular sound file incredibly well. Some of these sounds do make the speaker sort of echo quite a bit. And it almost sounds a tiny bit distorted every now and then. But apart from that, it's incredible. It really is incredible. You've done it again, Accurascale. You've absolutely done it again. Another absolutely fantastic locomotive. I really can't really fault this one. There's barely anything on this locomotive I can fault. I really can't, it's just beautiful, it really is. It really is amazing. Well, overall, I don't think there's much I can really say, to be honest. This loco is absolutely out of this world. It really is. I absolutely love it. The detail is amazing. The decoration is second to none. She performs incredibly. She sounds, for the most part, incredible as well. Yeah, this is amazing. It really is amazing. Accurascale, well done. Well done. You really have done it. A beautiful loco for a beautiful price. What else could you ask for? So now let's do some ratings for Accurascale's brand new DC railfreight Class 60 with DCC sound. And as you can see by the scores, yeah, overall, this loco is just absolutely incredible. There's barely anything I can fault on this model. Detail, well, it's got to be 10 out of 10. As we normally expect from Accurascale, the detail is absolutely out of this world. Loads of separately fitted details all over the place. Beautiful paintwork as well, where appropriate. Amazing livery application. Brilliant lighting package as well. The detail, you just can't fault it at all. It's just absolutely amazing. Definitely wouldn't give it any less than 10 out of 10. The performance as well, again, it's a second to none. The loco is beautifully smooth, it's nice and consistent, it's really, really quiet as well. You can't really ask for much better performance than this, in my opinion. But she has got a bit of a squeak to every now and then. It's very, very minor, it's only on the odd occasion, and again, she is still a brand new model. She's not going to be probably a complete silence at the moment. Some locos are, and indeed for the most part she is, but a tiny little squeak every now and then. That's not something you can really fault too much, to be honest, really. Everywhere else, performance-wise on the loco is absolutely incredible. So yeah, for me personally, yeah, I can't mark it down for anything really. It's an absolutely beautiful performer. The quality is the only area where I've marked it down ever so slightly, mainly down to the quality of the sound on the model. Whilst overall the sound on this model is absolutely amazing, and it really is incredible, I do feel that maybe it's just the speaker choice in this loco. Whilst it is Accurascale's typical setup, and on most locos it does work very well, I do think that maybe the sort of EM1 Accurathrash bass speaker in this loco, maybe it's not the best choice in the world. It does echo quite a bit. It can be a bit distorted at times with some of the sounds. Maybe not quite the sound you'd probably expect on a model like this. Again, it's still really good, don't get me wrong, but I do think just every now and then some of the sounds here and there, they are spoiled a tiny bit, I think, with the speaker in this loco. I think maybe the speaker, like the passive radiator one that Cavalex used in their 60, something more like that maybe, or a typical sort of bass speaker maybe would have been a bit of a better choice in this loco. So yeah, it's only a minor gripe for me, but I do feel that it just spoils the sound of the loco a tiny bit here and there. But yeah, apart from that, minor gripe. Apart from that, nothing else really wrong with the sound. Again, and quality-wise, still very well built. Obviously, it's heavier than my house, so can't really complain about the weight, certainly. And yeah, as I said, everywhere else quality-wise, it's very, very good. So apart from that minor little gripe, I think, with the speaker setup, quality-wise, very, very good. Value for money, then, well, yeah, overall, again, 10 out of 10. It's Accurascale. It's amazing loco. You get what you pay for. I can't fault it, to be honest. It's a beautiful model. Definitely worth the money. Really, really, just can't say anything else, really. You just got to get one, I think, is all I can say, really, with one of these. 9.75 out of 10. I think a very well-deserving score. It's a beautiful, beautiful model, an incredible locomotive. Just definitely get one. You've got to get one. Accurascale, you're absolutely amazing. Well done.